list of questions that we're going to answer. We're going to maybe go back and forth. And the first question is, what do you do? And we're going to give you a general answer. So what do? We are New Possibilities. We're in Oshkosh. What we do is we rescue dogs.
Rescue?
We rescue. We rescue the pups. We bring everybody from really old dogs, like our seniors, like me, old, to really small dogs, really young dogs, puppies like these, lab mixes, and everything in between. So what's your favorite breed?
My favorite breed is a Shepherd mix.
And why?
So Shepherd's a little too big for me, and having a Shepherd mixed with like a smaller dog gives me that little bit of a smaller dog with still the Shepherd look.
Great. And Gary, what's your favorite dog?
I tend to like the medium large, like Afghans and Malmuts or such.
Wow, things to learn every day. American guy, never heard either one of those words. Well, my favorite dog is my dog. That's my favorite dog. And honestly, when I came, our dogs come from a state called Kentucky. And they come from a very poor part of Kentucky. And a lot of people just can't afford their dog. And so they bring them to a big rescue and they say, can you take my dog? Or maybe the dog's just walking around and dog catcher gets them and says, hey, let's go ahead and rescue this dog. And so what we do is we choose our dogs online. We see pictures, we learn about them, we don't see them in advance. And then what they do is they make sure that the vet, and the vet's a doctor for dogs, make sure they're healthy, gives them all their shots, make sure that they're not going to have any babies in the future, and gets them all ready. They put them on a truck, and they bring them here to Oshkosh. And then Chance, oh my goodness, Chance and the other workers, they make sure that these dogs have beautiful pictures, and they learn about them. What I do is I write stories about them.
Oh, and clean up after.
And we clean up after. We do that a lot. And we just make sure that everybody knows that we have dogs. So that's what we do. And we help people choose not the best breed, but the best dog for them. So that's what we do at New Possibilities. This question is, how can you help dogs? First of all, you should help dogs by always making sure that your dog, if you have a dog, oh, look how cute they are. That your dog, if you have a dog at your home, you make sure that you're feeding them. You take them for walks. That's a big thing. Dogs need exercise. Dog needs to go outside and need to play. You need to make sure that you don't let them eat other dogs' poops on your walk. You need to clean up after your dog.
Yep, gotta clean up after
You gotta clean up after your dog. Not just because your mom says you have to, but it's healthy for dogs to be in a clean environment. You gotta play with your dog. You gotta talk to your dog. You know what dogs like most than anything else? They love people. And every dog will choose one person that is their person. And so if you're their person, boy, they just really want you to do that. But how else can you do it? A lot of people, what they'll do is they'll say, hey, I really like dogs. Maybe if I get an allowance, I can save some, and then I can send it or bring it over to New Possibilities so that they can have that money to help other dogs. Some people will buy food. We have a food bank. And what that means is there's a lot of people today, they have really tough times paying for their dog's food and all the fun things that they need. And so they come to us and we give them everything for free. We give them their food for free. And sometimes people like you will say, I want to buy food and bring it to them so they can give it to other dogs. And that's a really cool way to help. Just letting people know that dogs are awesome is a great way to help dogs. Always doing the same thing over and over and over.
Having a routine.
Having a routine. So I said to Gary, you need to tell him he can't chew the shoe.
Yep.
And he did. If that dog comes back and chews it again and Gary doesn't say, don't chew the shoe, what does the dog think? It's okay to chew shoes.
Yep.
And then that's a problem. But always doing the same thing. And the other thing how you train dogs is everybody in the house does the same thing.
Yes.
You do the same thing. So you can't have one person saying, this is okay to do, and the other person saying, it's not okay to do. So there are a lot of different kind of trainings. We can talk about training them how to go potty in the house. That's a really important one because you don't want to have to always be cleaning up. You've probably seen here, they keep, going pee-pee, and then we have to clean it up. And that's just a little bit. But imagine if you never cleaned up your dog's house and the carpet and the floor, that'd be a problem. So training your dog, and we're not going to talk about how to do every one because there's lots of information.
yeah.
We're going to give you a website that you can learn lots, but training them how to go to the bathroom, training them how not to get on furniture. Some people don't want a dog on the furniture. And you don't have to have a dog on the furniture, you just train them not to. Training them to stay by themselves is a big thing. There's something called separation anxiety. And a lot of dogs, in fact most dogs, they get really nervous when their people aren't there. They get nervous, and then when they get nervous, what do? They bark, maybe they chew things,
Yep.
maybe they get on furniture. Dogs do a lot of different things.
Oh, and every dog's different.
But every
so-
dog's different. So, knowing your dog, but then training them and letting them understand, I'm going to leave today, I'm going to be gone, and you're going to stay in your crate. That's called crate training. Or maybe you're just I'm going to take you to daycare. We have daycare. And they can play all day. But that's a biggie, is how to train your dog to be without you. We're at the very end of this, we're going to give you a website with lots of different ideas on how to train your dog. And it all starts, as Chance said perfectly, with consistency. Always doing the same thing so you don't confuse your dog. Okay, another one. What's the best way to meet a new dog? And we're going to let Chance take that one.
All right. So the best way to meet a new dog, well, at our facility, is come in, let us know a little bit about your lifestyle, what you're looking for in a dog, and me and my staff here, we tend to know the dogs a little more than just the picture says on our website, and from there we try to find you and fit you with the right dog with what you're looking for.
So do you think it's best if they sit on the floor so they're level with the dog? Do you like to put the dog in their lap?
It depends on the dog.
Okay, good answer.
If it's a smaller, more scared Chihuahua, that's a dog where I'll put in their lap. If it's a higher energy dog, you might not want to be on the floor.
Yep.
So it definitely varies per dog.
Is it important to look them in the eye? Or is it not important to look them in the eye?
The dogs, that also varies per dog. Some of them, if they're extremely scared and stuff, you don't want to be looking them in the eye, because that, can shut them down some more. But otherwise, if they're normal, happy, playful puppy like these guys, it's totally fine to look them in the eye.
Okay. Are there people foods that dogs can eat?
Yes, there is.
And there's quite a lot of them. We always
There's
want
quite a few.
We always want to make sure the rule of thumb is, once you choose the dog food that's healthy for your dog, and you can talk to us, you can talk to your veterinarian. Sometimes puppies need a different food than adults. Seniors need a different food. But once you've chosen your food, you want to make sure that if they're eating people food, it's only 10% or less than their whole diet. Because, kids, you probably shouldn't be eating less junk food. It's not going to kill you.
No.
But if you eat all junk food, like potato chips and cookies, and you don't eat the fruit and vegetables and meat, your body is not going to be as healthy. But dogs love peanut butter usually. They will eat any kind of cheese usually. They can eat apples. They can eat sweet potatoes. They can eat rice. They can eat chicken. There's a lot of foods that dogs can eat. There's certain foods that dogs can't eat.
Yes.
You should not ever give dogs grapes. Did you know that, Chance?
Grapes, I did know. Yes.
Yeah, they can choke on them because they're small. But anything like a cherry with the pit, that would not be good. Avocados are terrible for dogs. They're very poisonous. Chocolate's not good.
Chocolate.
Any kind of caffeine is not good. But in general, dogs can eat it, and even if they get something that they shouldn't have, if it's just a little bit, you just watch it. But we have
I'm sure Becca can help.
Yes, so when you Google or when you go to our site, we have got tons and tons of information. And at the very bottom, there is something of frequently asked question, FAQ.
Yep.
And on there, we have links to training. We have some training videos. We have frequently asked questions like, why won't my dog quit barking? How can I train my dog to quit pooping in the house? Why does my dog run away? We have a lot of answers to that. And then if you go down, we have something called a blog, and you guys know what a blog is. And we have like lots of articles. And so you can sort either typing in the word like potty, and you'll get all the articles that talk about potty, and there's a lot. Or you can just start reading them. So that's a really informative way to learn a lot about once you get your dog, how to make sure your dog has the very best.
Okay, next
life
question
possible.
is